Oh,
Okay.
I think there is one major thing to emphasize out of this.
How to play around an assassin? Oh,
No.
darn.
So this was advice that I had heard from somebody else.
Mhm.
One of the biggest things between a good player and a bad player is, or just, one of the things, the biggest things to improving
Mhm.
is being able to identify when a fight is already won. When you have won the fight, which means the fight's not just won because you got an ace, right? There's a point in the fight where it's like, all right, we've won this fight, right? Like, okay, we won this fight, we can just turn it, or we can just go all in. Because when you can identify that the fight is like already kind of a win for you, it allows you to play way more aggressive in the team fight. You don't have to be running back and kiting all the time. Oh, the fight's won. Okay, boom. I'm just flashing in and I'm just doing as much damage as I can because the enemy team has no way to win it anymore.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to be so afraid. So, like, examples would be like towards the end of that game. Well, for one, it's like right at the beginning of the game when we get that double kill or the first kill. For two, it's like at the end, towards the end of the game when Rengar jumps on you in mid and there's no threat from him anymore, but you're still like you're still running away from him instead of just immediately turning on him and fighting him. It's like I need to identify that win condition of like what makes me win the fight.
Yeah.
It's like Rengar used his jump. I flashed away. There's space between us. There's no way for him to hit me. I have won this fight, so I should just go all on him, like just all out.
Okay.
And then the other example, I'm gonna have to look at it.
So like,
in the game, but so like focus, like think about in games, like even if you're reviewing a game, like when you've won a fight, or like when a team fight's won, what was the point that the fight was won? Because once you start recognizing like that specific moment, okay, I can just start. I don't need to be cutting back anymore. I mean, it doesn't mean always like just don't kite. You still want to take damage a lot of the time, but I can play much more aggressive. So if I'm Tristana or Kaisa, this is the moment that I ult in aggressively, or this is the moment that I can jump again as Tristana on top of them rather than like needing to jump for reposition or like peel. Like this is where I can just jump for damage and just be okay, playing actual just 80 carry. You can see everything good?
Yeah.
Okay. And then so from the beginning, right? Just use your W as soon as the rev up spawns. So you'll have your W off cooldown by the time you get to lane, and you'll have full mana again. It's just a nice leash for them to have that extra attack speed, right? Treat your jungle well. Enemy is cheesing. Honestly, you should probably get in the habit a lot more of going down the safe path because so the way you can tell if they're cheesing or not most of the time, I don't know. I didn't look for it this game personally, to be honest. I don't know if who is a jungler Rengar. I guess Rengar doesn't always need a leash, but usually you can sit right here and you can look at your okay. Set already showed, so I would kind of like most of the time I could assume they're probably leashing bot. But because it's Shaco, or if it's like Maokai or anybody who just has really obnoxious poke through it, yes, you just need to always take the safe path because even if they are leashing, he can still put boxes down, and you do not want to enter the lane losing 100 HP because you're not going to be able to fight for level 2.
Yeah.
So okay, we already came to lane. Clearly, the way they came out, they were cheesing, right? You can see that Shaco came from this way. So thank God. Or especially if you have like a very useless level 1 support, even if you don't even if you're confident they're leashing, just safe path. Like if you have maybe a Leona and the enemy support is like a Alistar and you think they might be choosing, I don't really care. I just let Leona go in the bush first because if they just go on Leona, it doesn't really matter. We'll probably win that. But most of the time, just try to get in the habit of safe pathing.
Okay.
If again you get to lane faster going this way, but if the enemy supports are like not super cheesy level 1 damage and you see the enemy top laner show immediately, you can usually just walk the greedy path and they're usually not going to be cheesing because they're going to be leashing. But so like, okay, we've already came in lane. What do we want to do right away? So we just want a W and we want to start pushing because we want to get level 2 first in this lane. We don't really have a way. Caitlyn's got long range, right? She's got very long range, and Shaco's going to be putting boxes down. So we don't really have a way to like just stand right here against Caitlyn and zone her off because her range is longer than mine. That's what we talked about before, is like the aggressive positions, right? Against people with lower range that you can, or even same range once you're pushing the wave, you can just zone them off with your like high damage MF, passive, procs, Qs, W attacks, right? But in this lane, or against, Ashe or like Ezreal who can W us, similar thing. We don't really have the means to just stand outside the wave to pressure them off. If against Ashe or Ezreal, you'd probably need to stand like inside your wave, right by your minions, so you don't get poked, obviously. But Caitlyn, long range, she can always auto us when we can't auto her. So my goal is just to push the wave so that she cannot so she can't pressure me. So right away, just come in, this one's looking pretty last hittable. Just W, auto this one when it gets last hit, auto that one. Like just do it quick. Like or right now these are all last hittable now. W, auto. You want to get them all. And she's just used her Q, so that means a lot of her damage is gone. So this was really good. You came up here when Shaco walked into this bush. Good position. You're just bouncing out. Kind of timing your autos with Caitlyn's here. She hits you. What could we do there is we could just turn our W on to get an auto on her in return, or two, and then back up. Because she doesn't have her Q, because we saw her use it on the wave.
Okay, yeah.
So that was okay, but if you had done it earlier, it'd be a lot better, because the problem is that she got pressed the attack on you. So she got this one auto, and now you're going auto for auto, and she gets pressed the attack and a headshot, and you don't. So you kind of lose that trade. But Yumi took her E level 1 instead of her Q, so I guess you have some heal, so it was not bad. Not the end of the world. Shaco puts the box on here. Who cares? Look at the wave.
Yeah.
This is a moment where if a fight happens right here, I've already
won. Yeah, okay.
Why?
Because first off, we already have level 2 advantage, and Shaco's just ungodly far from Caitlyn. He's like so far.
And his box is down.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, now he doesn't even have any.
And we
abilities.
know there's no box over here. There might be a box in this bush, but we're not going to go in that bush. Yes, this guy's fucking useless.
Yeah. Okay.
And he's way up. And the biggest thing is what you said. You have level 2 advantage.
Yeah.
If they want to fight you, if you're just standing like right here and they want to fight you, they're coming into your wave. And I'm already hitting level 2. I don't fucking care. Yeah. Fight me. I'm gonna hit level 2 and just destroy you. It's like right, and look at her HP. She's already lower than yours. So she comes in and it's like, boom, we've already won. Okay, she's spacing. Just hit Shaco now, and you know what you can do is hit Shaco and kind of do a small little movement a little bit back so that she can't turn and hit you, and then you can, but you're still gonna be in range to like chase after Shaco.
Would have been a better idea was, I guess I don't have straight up, never mind. I was gonna say to go like arced around Shaco towards Caitlyn still, but like,
yeah, you don't want to focus too much chasing Caitlyn. Just right here is, well, yeah, you already said it. Like right here, you have level 2 advantage. This is the biggest thing ever. This is like a one fight. If I didn't think right here, I'm like, dude, am I getting ganked? What is going on right here? But it doesn't even make sense because he started topside. There's no way he's like in a spot to gank bot unless he literally just did red buff and ran all the way to bot, which would just make absolutely no sense.
Yeah.
So like, okay, we're level 2. Like this was so good. We walk up and Caitlyn's like just walking back. So yeah, we kill. Easy. And now don't chase after this because you're just going into a huge wave. And I just want to push this. Yeah, I just want to push and resets, and she's not going to be able to stop me at all.
Just zone her off the wave.
One auto and Q back would be fine, but I mean, you actually almost still kill her to be honest here, but these minions hurt so bad. So maybe if you'd pop the health pop, but yeah. And zone her off the wave? No, you just push because you want to go spend your first blood gold. You just want to get like an extra, like a coal or an extra D blade. You just want something, maybe just even a long sword and refill. But right now I would just pop my potion, right? Pop your potion here, just if you can remember to. But really yeah, this is like the biggest example, because in the game we're like kind of running away from Caitlyn. Like the first trade was whatever. Right here when she autos you, instead of like turning away, I think because Shaco's down here, what is he doing? What's he gonna do?
You're right.
What's he? You got
level 1. We just run into Caitlyn.
Yeah, he can't jump at you or anything. Yeah, he's level 1, and you know he has his box. So like, what is he gonna do? Just hit Caitlyn. Turn W on, hit Caitlyn, and you can just move up a little bit.
Yeah,
like that kind of that arc you said before. I'll wait for Shaco towards Caitlyn more. And it'd be good right then. And then you just turn your W on, and you get way more autos off on her, and it'd be way quicker. And the reason it's doable right now too is because it's not like there's 4 casters or 3 casters. It's just 1 and 1 caster, so it's totally safe spot. So like now we do it, but then I don't think we ever really needed to run away too far. Yeah, you just need to, as soon as she comes in, okay, cool. If you want to hit, W trade.
Because that's like my time to close the range advantage.
Like right here, when I was like, oh, don't run away from this. We're already winning. This is level 2. We're already winning level 2. Just stay here. Just let this guy do whatever he's doing. Like, we've already won this fight, right? That's what we need to see. This is already a 1 fight because we got the level 2. They can't do much level 1 and level 1. It's like right here, I just want to see you like killing this and walking up, like kind of like you did, but a little bit sooner maybe. But you had the right idea. As soon as you realized it, you were totally for it. You just like ran at it. But if you can just realize it, like in hindsight, I know you saw you to level 2, but if you could, yeah, right here, you're already like, I'm winning level 2. So when Shaco starts walking up like this, I'm like, what is he doing? I'm winning level 2. What is he trying to do?
Yeah.
Why is he doing this? If this is Leona, what are we doing? We just walk up here. We just play with like inside our minions pretty much. We could like Leona can never run at us behind. And obviously there's not a box threatening us, so we can just hit this minion and like kite her down, and Caitlyn's super far away. Like I'm winning this fight.
So let's change it to like Leona or Alistar in that situation. Do we just run? We don't run up to river, do we?
I mean, you could.
Huh.
Like if Caitlyn's right here and Leona's coming at you from here or whatever, if Caitlyn's like already in range, you just start hitting Caitlyn, you just run like up where this guy's just chasing after while you're still able to hit the 80 carry. If the 80 Caitlyn's like all the way back here and Leona's just walking at you, you just hit Leona. Like, you know, whatever. I would still last hit this minion before I did because I'll hit this minion, and then even if she stuns me, like I'll probably hit this minion too and then start attacking her. As long as Caitlyn's not in range. But if Caitlyn's in range, I'm just going to at Caitlyn and ignoring Leona. And that's like obviously level 2 changes things a bit.
Yeah, because those all have gap closers or whatever.
Yeah. So cool. We get that kill. We push this wave out. We see that we need to push one more, and then you recall. That they actually match your recall here. So this would have been really good if we don't hit it right now. I think if we just start pushing this cannon wave, we could probably get under tower before the next wave comes, which would be like perfect. Probably right now, if you can see, which it's kind of hard to tell whether or not you'll make it in time. But if you can recognize that this wave's not going to crash the tower before the next wave comes, like if you're going to need to push one more, let that wave come in before you finish crashing, so that you're not like what happens here is this cannon gets under turret, so it dies, and then it becomes a little like, see how they're able to clear this out so fast now. Still good for you, right? You're still coming to lane first. You'll have priority on the Caitlyn, and you've obviously got first blood gold, so you're going to be stronger there. That was a really good look on the queue. The gank here is kind of just unfortunate, to be honest. I don't think we really necessarily did anything wrong here. I don't really want to criticize this as like error. If anything, the only thing I would say is like, okay, we have a ward right now. Where do we put this? Where do we put this? Yumi pinks this. This is pointless. This is a really stupid pink because the wave's coming into you. So as soon as it passes, they just clear this. It makes no sense to pink this. You could normal ward this if you want to. I think what do we do with this ward? We put it right here. Yeah, so maybe instead of warding this, we should just, because we know it's coming into us, and if we want to farm past this way, we could probably just ward the tri bush.
Okay.
We could ward this if we're really afraid of like Shaco doing anything here, but I'm not. I'm not afraid of Shaco in this bush. Like I'm not gonna walk into this bush anyways. Like once the wave's up here, like sitting right here, what if he wants to Q in and E me? Like okay, do it. I have Yumi who's gonna heal me. I don't like what. And even if I had that warded, I would still see him Q and I would still know what he's doing. Kind of. Like I can play the same way whether it's warded or not. When I would want to ward that, if it's already pushing up past the turret, like if it's already coming in here, then I would ward this against somebody who can like control it. Like if I'm losing and the wave's gonna push back into them, I want this warded so I know that they're not just like cheesing me.
Who would that be like?
Does that make sense?
Like a Zyra or a Lux or like those people?
Or any like Leona, Alistar. So like if I'm losing this lane, and I know when this slow push crashes to me, what happens, right? It's
gonna bounce back, yeah.
So that's when they could be sitting in this push cheesing this. So that's maybe when I would ward it like as it's coming in and ward this to see if like they're trying to do something. But if I'm gonna get or jungler come here, but like if this push is already warded, this was rewarded, which Yumi had this like pinked, and then I guess she like this is weird wards.
Okay.
But anyways, I'm not too concerned about this. If we had like a pink, what we could do with the pink is just put the tri bush. But I'm not really concerned about this death, to be honest. So let's just ignore it. If anything, just note Rengar did start top side. So if you see Yee's, after his clear, he's in his top side. So Rengar's probably in his bot side by now. So we have to be a little bit careful about being so far up, because we knew Rengar started red, I think. Well, he did. Rengar always starts red, by the way.
Oh, he does?
If he starts blue, he's trolling. Yeah.
Oh god, that's why I can't play Rengar.
A big part of it is that he uses the blast cone to at like the level 1. There's a blast cone that spawns right here, and he always uses the blast cone to get a free stack at level 1 before the Rebel spawns, so he can get his Q stacked faster on the red buff.
Oh.
It's just a small trick, but it makes his clear faster, a lot faster by starting red buff on Rengar. So I think honestly, I think we did pretty well throughout this stuff. We were just looking for Q after we died, right? We came back. We got the Dirk. Dirk probably felt really nice. You got some Qs. So one thing to note here is we can be really aggressive on Caitlyn.
Why?
Like, as long as we so Rengar, we can assume from here Rengar's his finished spot. He's going to be going back to his top side probably now, or his top side's up. His bot side should be down. Again, if we have a pink ward, what we could just do to be safe is we could like, okay, hey, we just clear this ward on turret. What is this turret? This wave, it's going to push up. So while this wave's walking up to meet up here, I could just duck out and go ward this, or I could ward the river. Pinking the river would be rough right now because there's no guarantee to defend it. But pinking Tribush, you can kind of defend it since it's going to be up here. So we could maybe pink Tribush, and we could look to get a normal ward somewhere in the river. That would cover us from Rengar if we see if we feel the time to walk up there. So why, especially if we have the wards, why right now is this a good time to start looking to be aggressive on a Caitlyn?
Like this frame, why is it a good time?
Well, what is happening in this lane that's showing me that, like, okay, I'm pretty much, it's going to be like a 1v2.
Because my wave is building up, so I'm going to have a way bigger wave. Right?
Okay, well, that's part of it. But there's one thing that between the champions that is showing me that it is basically a 1v2.
Oh. Is it because... Wait, now I feel so confused. Is it...
Think about resources on champions.
I was going to say, I definitely have more items.
Yes,
like
there's that. That is a big part of it. But there's one thing, even despite items. Look at champions. You should always be doing this lane. It's really important. What does Caitlyn have? What does Shaco have? What do you have?
Oh, Shaco has no mana.
Yeah, Shaco's got no mana, dude. So it's basically 1v2. Whoever this is even if it's like Alistar or Leona, even if Leona has enough for a Q, that's basically nothing.
Yeah, okay.
Unless the AD carry has a ton of items on you.
Yeah.
But you're already at items.
We just have more resources.
Right, yeah, I can just walk up into a spot where Yuumi can just throw Qs out for Caitlyn because this guy can't do anything. Like he's gonna have enough mana. Like if I click on him, maybe he has like 80 mana or something. He has enough mana for 1 Q or 1 E or 1 W. That's not enough.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
and is that because so he didn't
like, I wouldn't be afraid to just walk up and like threaten Qs on these casters for Caitlyn. Because my waves is going into them if I can, like, as long as Caitlyn doesn't clear it. And this guy can't basically can't do anything. So there's gonna be a moment. I think he's about to use another spell very shortly. Yeah, there goes he's even lower on mana. Wow. Okay. And he's using it on a Yuumi who he can't even target. And then he just uses the box. And we know, and we're not going to these bushes anyways because he's always boxing them. This guy's got literally no mana now. Yeah. So just, oh my god, this is the perfect time to just be looking there. Now you're still a little afraid because we don't know where Rengar's at. And this is why pink wards are good. So like this would be a really nice time to have this pink because they can't walk up to clear this because you're in a spot where you're just able to like run, fight it. Like pinks, just instead of like offensive pinks, if you're buying pinks, just think about doing it defensively. Okay, my lane's pushing up, I'll just go pink my Tribush.
Okay.
But if we had because I don't think we even need to have this warded because we're just like against Shaco or like Maokai, we just know like, okay, I just don't walk the bushes, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think he used a biscuit or something to get some mana back. He's got some mana, but just that's what we're looking for. Even if this guy's got no mana for a little bit, that like even right now he's still pretty low mana. Like and he doesn't have enough to really do anything, and he's doing nothing to you. Like who cares if he's right now?
So
if I'm Caitlyn, I'm like, dude, my Shaco's fucking.
Should I look?
Huge Q.
Okay, I guess yeah. Never mind, that works well. So he pushes up a lot. Should I look to harass? I mean, not harass, but punish him for that more. Like when he eats, like I think it was before this.
Caitlyn can't like hit you like right here. Yeah. You could have autoed him right there for sure.
Okay, but
you EQ'd the minion.
Yeah, that was a different situation.
Right. Yeah. So in those times, you definitely could look to auto if you're not doing something else. Or if him and Caitlyn are coming to you together, and you're like, I'd rather hit Caitlyn. You can of course hit Caitlyn because it'd be better to aim Caitlyn than Shaco if possible. Like if you could hit one or the other, because Shaco's zoom and killing him does like nothing because he's not doing anything anyways. As opposed to Caitlyn, who's still going to be able to fight you. So that wave crashes. So now is the time where we're looking to. Well, what we were doing is our plan right now is we see Rengar jump on Yi. We're like, okay, we're about to crash this. So if we crash this, we can actually move up to like look to help this. Because their bot lane is going to be stuck here. So it'll actually be a 3v. Still, even though Yi dies, it's still 3v2 up near mid. So you just immediately run up, which is really good. And we can even look to, you know, obviously we could, if we're not just coming up here, we can just get a ward down too around this area. Or we could walk up to his Gromp and ward that. Because you saw him pretty far. The thing about right now, if you go ward Gromp, since he was right here, is they could all just pinch you right now. So we saw Rengar bot side. I don't know if we really want to walk up here right now where he might just path to us. So I'd probably just do a shallow ward at this moment. But this was a really good rotation. So right now what I got scared about is where did Galio go? Why would Galio go this way? Rengar's probably here. So I was like really scared right now when you're like just face checking this bush, because if Galio just ease at you and taunts you and Rengar jumps, you're just dead.
Okay.
So like I was like, oh my god. So this scared me so much. I don't think he even meant to hit you with that.
Yeah, I think he should eat
away. So I would want to wait right here if Diego's not coming. So what I would do first probably is stay here, try to ward over here. I'd probably wait a second, then go ward or something, like, you know, try to juke out Rengar or something, because Rengar is going to click you as soon as he sees you probably. But this rotation is really good. You get a free kill on Galio. Well, Diego gets it, but huge. And then I got scared here because Rengar jumps in. You know, I was like, okay, so what a good Rengar does is he just walks back to this bush, jumps again, walks back, jumps again. So a way to prevent that is like, well, you know, as soon as he's jumped, if you just break vision or something by flashing over the wall.
I was about to do that to Dragon Pit. I remember thinking that, but I was like,
yeah, Dragon Pit would be scary because these guys just run up you. The other thing is make sure we're using our pots again. But the Yumi's exhaust just, she carries it. Feels good, man. We don't chase Shaco, we come in. So this is, I was like, okay, you can get honey fruit, but Yumi honestly healed you up a lot, so it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, but we shove this, we let it crash, and we know why we were sitting here, right? Because we have our Noon Quiver. She's already got Noon Quiver. If we stay for this plate, we're not able to recall.
Yes.
Because this next, what would happen is this, we'd be on a reset right now, and then she'd just push this wave in. So we wouldn't be able to recall. We'd have to stay, and we'd be sitting with a Dirk to her Noon Quiver, which is pretty even, instead of having Noon Quiver and Dirk to her Noon Quiver, which is again winning. And so like now, this is where I think you were saying, oh,
I said I felt like she was playing far away. I didn't understand why she was still in threat.
Yeah, I said Caitlyn was too far up.
Yeah, that's
like, why?
Yeah, that doesn't.
So this is where you have to think about threat range, and this is why freezing is so good. Because like just because she's this far away from you, your Yumi's ulti goes farther.
Okay.
Your Yumi's ulti range is her threat range. Like this is where like at 80 carry, whoever the enemy, like whatever the longest range ability that puts you into a kill, that is the threat range you have to respect, not just the 80 carries auto attack range.
Okay.
Like if this is Leona, how far does Leona's R go?
Oh.
If this wave's being frozen and you're against Leona, can you walk up? Maybe if you have Ezreal E, you can just E Leona stun or Blitzcrank's hook. But it's not only like just like, even if this is Blitzcrank right here and the Caitlyn's up here, she's not necessarily safe. This guy has Mobies. He W's all the way up to her. He's going to catch up. So the threat range is how far can the support like go to get to you? How far do you need to be away to like maintain the space between his like hook threat? It's like the threat is not always the immediate just range of like Blitzcrank's hook. It's his move speed and how far he's able to run at you. So like if I'm Caitlyn right now, I'd be like AFK in the lane if this is Blitzcrank. Be like, dude, I can't do anything here. If I walk up to here, Blitzcrank, even though I'm outside of his hook range, he'll run into more like
into the range. Yeah.
As long as he's got Mobies. If he doesn't have Mobies, I can be a little bit less afraid of like, I can be more like, okay, I can play in his range because I can kind of match his move speed then.
So if you were Caitlyn right now, what would you do? Like, how do you play against that then?
I would not play the game. I would be like, all I would be doing is just walking up to minions and then queuing them.
Just queue, just use abilities.
And last hitting. Yes, that's all I could do. Because this wave state is just like unplayable for me against like Yumi's ulti. And my support cannot help when Yumi ults.
So technically we've won the lane for the rest of the game.
Yes, you were a hard one. Yeah. Because if they walk up, Yumi ults and you ulti, like we're about to kill her. Right? So like threat range in this, think about it with your supports, enemy supports. It's just what is going to kill you and how far away do I need to be for it to kill me? Because again, like think about like support maybe this Alistair right here has Swifties and flash up. If I try to come farm, he just runs flash combos me, I'm dead if I don't have my flash up also. If this Caitlyn has her flash up, she has a little bit more leeway because she can just like flash out of this ulti now.
Yeah.
Not that she wants to, but that might be what she has to pay to break this freeze that you have going.
Oh,
That's
yikes.
why freezing is so powerful when you're winning lane, because this person can't walk up to the wave without fucking dying.
Huh.
Right?
Okay, yeah. Huh.
Yeah, so consider that. Like, this is, yeah, Caitlyn gets caught completely and just gets killed, right? You literally just ulted her. You didn't do anything other than like an ulti. Like, you'd hit her with a nice Q beforehand, I'm pretty sure, but she just gets rooted, dead. You're like, I don't know. She didn't seem like she was too far up, but definitely was too far up. Do we kill this guy too?
No, he gets too far.
Yeah, you get slow.
I think he kills Yumi here. No,
yeah, so like what I'm doing if I'm you right here and I have like Blitzcrank or something is like once I see that, when I'm just waiting for them to walk up, and I'm just like spam pinging on the way because I know that my Blitzcrank can just run at them and catch up. And I'm just, once he starts moving, I just start moving too.
How do we know if the wave is too big to do that though? Like right here, the wave's almost even. But
if you're winning hard, if like Caitlyn's low, if pretty much a hook means Caitlyn dies, then you can just walk past the wave. Because the wave, if it's already hitting your minions, doesn't just aggro you because you're walking at them. It only aggroes when you hit them. So like by then the hook lands, she's already dead. Like it doesn't matter if the minions aggro you at that point. If it's Ezreal, right, it's hard to just run past the wave into him because he's just going to eat the hook anyways. But you can still make him miss XP that way. When is it too big is like when you don't want to fight inside this wave. Right, but you don't even need to fight inside this wave because if Caitlyn comes in this wave and Yumi R's, you just R, and you're not taking minion aggro anyway. Like minions don't aggro you anywhere; they only aggro you on single target spells.
Oh wait, yeah, that's right.
So like your Q and auto attacks would aggro, but your E and your R as MF don't aggro minions. So this was really good kill, and that's why like just think about, you know, I tried to tell you before with like Fiddlesticks, the threat range of stuff. Like Fiddlesticks E before was those, you know, yes, I can auto the enemy ADs, the Samir at that time. But that Fiddlestick starts walking up and the threat range increases on his damage, even though Samir is not able to hit you from there. And sometimes, you know, so.
And how do...
What?
What do you do against something like that? Just play around his cooldowns? Or?
Don't get killed early on, like, which will lead to you being able to get frozen on. Because if Caitlyn's like equally as strong as you and she tries to do this, like, Caitlyn and Shaco can just kind of fight you back.
Yeah.
They don't have to play so afraid. But because you're a full item ahead of the Caitlyn, that's why it's so easy for it to happen. And also, you know, Shaco's not that's the best at stopping Yumi's ulti or anything.
Or support.
So that's why when the wave stack is like, that's why slow pushing is good when you're on the losing side too, is because if her wave was like huge right here,
we could have fight into it. Okay, I didn't think.
Yeah,
of that
if
way.
this way, so what happens is she's like just put, this is just a normal size wave right now. Because she's just kind of pushing, right? Like right here. If she waits, if she just doesn't do anything until the next wave comes in, you won't be able to like she'll be able to play inside this huge wave and just crash right here. So you, instead of having for her to crash this wave down here where you're able to threaten her, it's hard for you and Yumi to run at them when they're already so close to tower here. So if she just waits for this next wave to be all the way up here and then shoves, it's going to be a little bit hard for you. Like, you know, you try to clear the wave out as much as you can, but it's kind of hard. And if you try to ult to clear it out, you're obviously just killing the whole wave now, which is fine because then it that way. But if it's frozen like this, like the kill just happens. I think the rest of the land was pretty good. You guys are just hard winning right now. If we do the kill here again, yeah. So the dive wasn't, yeah, like here when you try to do the little dive. It wasn't necessarily a run at them under turret, but look to like hit her with the Q through minions. You can pressure her.
Oh, that's another thing. Queuing, is it worth it even if you don't kill the minion?
Yes.
Okay, I saw people do that, and I was like, I never do that ever.
It's just poke. It's always, yeah, poke is always good if it, you know, if you're gonna hit them. When it could be bad is maybe if you're trying to slow push the wave and that Q through the minion for a non-crit damage doesn't do that. You know, the normal Q without killing doesn't do it nearly as much damage. But if Caitlyn's already half HP and you get another one on her, she's 40%, 30% now. Like that's totally worth it. But if it's like she's full HP and you're gonna ruin a slow push doing that, it's probably not worth.
Just can her Q crit
right
without
now? I'd
killing
focus
it?
on just doing it all the time. I don't think so.
yeah, this is when he ulties, and I thought I'd be safe to try and kill the Caitlyn, and then I didn't even see him, but yeah, he shows right next to me. I still thought he was over by Raptors.
Yeah, I think turrets caught him. I'm not too worried about this. The only thing that worried me was like this kind of movement up is kind of scary because do we know if Galio has this taunt or anything? You kind of just space his like CC. But I think it was fine. So that, yeah, she exhausts Galio. That was so bad. Okay, Galio's taunt is down, so actually you're fine too.
He did have E up though, so he could have.
Yeah, so he could have punched you, but you maybe juked that. I'm not worried about this. Ranger ults you. I'm not worried about this at all. So right here, if you're blue trinket and you're walking past, like what I'm thinking right now is Rengar can just dive you for free. So what's a good place to put your blue trinket right now? Because of where you're seeing them at right now. We're seeing them all near mid. Where's a good place to put your blue trinket down to see ahead of time if they're trying to come dive you?
Would
you've already got this covered.
Would what do you call it? The one right by red buff be okay?
Right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Okay.
You can put that down ahead of time right now because then you see them coming down this way to dive you and you see them doing this. Because if you have just Tribush warded, first of all, they could just come the long way around. Yeah. You're doomed. Second of all, if Tribush is warded, they just are already behind you pretty much.
Yeah, they're there.
So now you can just be like you can push out pretty far if you have this warded because you've got river covered, you got this covered, and then you can just immediately run away. But you still have to be afraid of Rengar ulti. I think we had seen Rengar was dead. Okay, so he just respawned. So yeah, I would just push this one out. Even this one's kind of scary, but you have Yuumi on you, so I think if Rengar comes at you 2v1 is remember keep checking exhaust, and you have pink wards, so you have some tools to outplay, but always check for Yuumi's exhaust. Because that'll tell you if you can go farther out against Rengar or not. I don't think I'm worried too much about this. I was going to say was like, so you're by this wall. If Rengar just comes right here, he can jump over the wall on you, and this pink ward does nothing. So I was thinking put this ward down and then run out like towards here, or come out here and then put the pink ward like in this area where it sees down here too. But come up more into an open spot away from Rengar with the pink, so that you actually, we're still by the wall where it's kind of hard to react. Still a really good ulti. Caitlyn's basically out of the fight. You guys win this, yeah. Yep, this is a good fight.
Let it run into like 500 boxes.
I don't know, is Galio just full tank? We're just doing no damage to him. So confused. Perfect. We get dragon. We go mid. Actually, good look at the red buff. If you were, as long as I don't know, Rengar spawned about 2 seconds ago from here, so it'd be hard to get red buff. Rengar would probably make it here, but he doesn't have ult. If he doesn't have ult, you can probably do it. But good idea here. Just make sure you see this pink, kill it, and then you just scuttle, and then you run top, push that out, and you recall. This is really good. Let me reset. We're mid. We're farming. Okay, this was all good. We go top. Yeah. Okay, so this is like the thing, right? We can't walk up this mid wave, even though it looks like it's safe, because if we're alone against Rengar, we just die. We've already learned that. Like, there's no point in risking it. So this is why I just told you to go follow Viego here, because you can't be in mid by yourself with Rengar alive. You absolutely can't. So we might as well just lurk top where they're probably going to fight, and then we can maybe pick up a kill with our ulti or something. So at this point, Rengar's dead. We've already won the fight, right?
Okay.
So this is why I'm telling you, just keep fucking going at them. There's no threat to you as long as you space Galio's like CC and you're like that. As long as you're a little bit more like attentive to Galio's CC here, like okay, every time Galio turns at you, you should probably be doing like a little bit of a juke back. So like boom, you see this, maybe try to juke back. Even remember, you don't always have to combo your ulti. Just because Yuumi's ulting doesn't mean I have to ulti. It is strong, but and if I know Galio might E, like I should wait until he's actually rooted before you start your ulti at that point, because he can cancel you otherwise. But so this is why I'm just telling you, run at them. Rengar's dead. There's no threat to you. You're so strong. Like okay, fight as one.
Okay, because there's no threat towards me. So wait, what if Shaco is
the rest
there?
Of them, well, Shaco's not going to kill you. You're going to kill him. What?
Well, I'm more or less a CC.
Well, he can't CC you right away.
Can I outrun his box? I guess.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay. But so like what I'm saying is the rest of the people you can space. You can space Galio, you can space Shaco, you can space Set. You can't space Rengar. He jumps on you, you're dead, right? Like there's no like that's why Rengar is like the win condition for you at this fight. Is like the rest of them I can like actually just react to and deal with. Rengar I can't. Like it's all on him pretty much, and it's up to me to like maybe see it ahead of time or Yuumi to exhaust me. So then here, okay, sit by your pink, because if he comes in first, you could probably kill him. But then set shows first. So like now I don't necessarily want to walk back up when set's there because them two together will be bad, but not a big deal. I'm not worried about that death either. And I don't think there's really anything. What happened here? Or do we die? Oh yeah. So what happens? Our team splits on the sides, and we stayed in the mid against Rengar, right? Got to split off with the team against Rengar. Everybody, your team is your friend, man.
Okay.
GA's really, really good into Rengar because once he ults you, he can't do it again, right? So your GA pops, cool. If my team hasn't lost the fight yet, I respawn, we win the fight. As long as I don't die right next to a bush or something where Rengar can jump on me, or assuming my team is able to do it with me. It's like, I hope just try to recognize these ultis too. This is a really, really good ulti spot. I don't have much time left. That's why I'm just trying to like look at the rest of these as like brief because I don't think a lot of this at this point is really like too important. I think we already got the more important things. This is a really good ulti, right? Who cares if humans are ulting? They're in this tight little corridor right here, and they're just trapped here.
Yeah.
Such a good ulti. I think we could have even done it sooner, but like you delete half of Rengar's HP, your flash is really good, and then it just wins the fight because you killed your ulti killed Sat. It deleted Shaco's. Like, they got solo. That was a really, really good ulti. Yeah. Dodge one trap, the other one gets you. And then as a reward for that fight, you just get so much gold and XP here. That was unlucky, okay? If more than ulti, you would have killed Rengar here. Well, like guarantee.
What happens if he would have just jumped on me though?
Rengar? Oh, you probably still would have killed him through that. You have Yumi next to you.
Okay.
So like, one thing too is like if you're just right here, he's out of the bush. By the time he gets back in the bush and is able to jump here, he's pretty much just dead.
Oh, okay.
And if you just do it, especially like right behind that wall.
I was gonna say, yeah, it would have been better if I'd done it on the other side of the wall.
Yeah, so then he probably can't get in range. He can't get in range you soon, or he might still can't really see you very much. Where's the fight? Where was the thing in mid? Oh, it was right here when you died.
Right here.
So you'll just see it, right? Okay, how does he kill you now?
Not at all.
Yeah, just all right. Like, why are we running away and then ulting? So sad. He lives 1 HP. Yeah, if we just started auto him there because you just got to see. Okay, I won the fight. Rengar's not on me. One fight, play aggro. And that's why like keeping track of summoners is very important. Is because like knowing if Rengar has flash right there or not, it's like super detrimental. Knowing if Malphite has his flash or not tells you how much further you need to space his ulti. Anything you want to ask me? Anything? How you feeling about that? Are you gonna play more League? Or are you back to Tarkov?
I don't know, man, but I feel good about that. Man,
yeah, we've had a solid couple of games.
Horrid.
The last one was a pentakill. What did you say?
And when I first the first week of rank, I felt so bad. And I think that's half the reason I was like, Tarkov just sounds so much better right now. But yeah. It just felt so bad.
I've been having fun, but
I felt the first week I just got done. You saw my op.gg. I had 20 losses out of like 30 games or something. I had like a 33 or a 20% win rate or something. It was just a really bad week.
So did I. you know, Double Lift has like a 30% win rate right now.
Really? Why? Yeah. Like, let's go.
It's just how League is sometimes, man.
It just likes to poop on my life. Double Lift. What a freak of nature. Man. But no, I got nothing left for you. Thank
All right,
you,
man. I hope to see you grind some more.
I definitely think I will. It's definitely a lot more fun. I feel smarter. I got like a new belt on for karate.
really try to think about like, is the fight won? Where's the fight won?
At what point?
Because you want to be able to get a little bit more aggro there. If you want to play another champion or something, that's fine too. By the way, you don't have to only play MF this whole time. I don't know if you are interested in playing other champs, but
I am.
MF is just very consistent and a very good champ. I'm a big fan of Misfortune. Is all.
What about Kaisa? Uh-oh.
Yeah, Kaiser's really good right now.
What do you build?
I think she's very important to understand, like to recognize when you've won a fight, so you can start being more aggro on Kaiser. What about build?
Yeah, I saw lethality was recommended, but I mean not lethality. Collector. Collector, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's like second. So what you usually do is you go your noon quiver and your pickaxe, and you pick up Spirited Dirk, so you get your Q evolved like really early in the game.
Oh,
and
okay.
Then your Q just like one. Your Q will literally just do half people's HP like right away.
Okay.
It's insane. But all right, dude. I will see you next time. I have to get off.
Yes,
for
sir.
Now.
Okay, dope. Thank
Good
you.
luck with the grind, dude. Keep in touch. Until next time, man.
Yes,
see you
sir.
later.
See ya.